Hello. Are you all sitting comfortably? You are? Then I will begin. Actually, no. I'm not going to read you a story today, but I am going to give you a short book review about this book, Where is God in a Coronavirus World, by the mathematician John Lennox. If you don't know me, my name's Grace Robinson, and I've been a member at Platt for many years, and I'm currently volunteering as Platt's intercultural worker. A few weeks ago in our house group, we were talking about the situation, and a couple of us were saying how we were anticipating questions from colleagues, from friends, from family, and to be honest, we were feeling a bit nervous about that and feeling a bit ill-equipped. And so this is where this book comes in. It's super short, 60 pages, 6 chapters, and it takes us through several different things that can help us formulate our own thinking about this situation and where is God, and also equip us to share with others and respond to their questions. So one of the first things that John Lennox talks about is pain and suffering and the sources of that. And he talks about natural evil and moral evil. So the evil that we as human beings do purposefully to one another, and then natural evil, things like earthquakes, volcanoes, and natural disasters, of which COVID comes under. And yet also perhaps there is some moral aspect to it as well, after many, many years of not treating God's world as we should. But it would come under natural evil. And then he goes on to talk about how we respond to pain and suffering, and looks at how Jesus responded to pain and suffering as well. And then he looks at God's will, and he talks about two things. He talks about God's permissive will and his decretive will, his directive will. So the things that he permits, because we are not robots, we have our own free will and we have choices, and those choices will have consequences. So the things that God permits that are often a result of consequences of our choices. And then his directive or his decretive will, those times when he does intervene and he does act in history. Yeah, so he looks at those, and then in the final 2 chapters, he looks at the evidence of God's love. And he talks about that, and he talks too about how we as Christians need to respond in this situation in love to our neighbour, in love to our work colleague, in love to our world. And talks about that as well. So yeah, I highly recommend this book to you, Where is God in a Coronavirus World, by John Lennox. And we've also written some study questions, so just to help engage with each chapter. So you could do those as a family together, or you could start your own book group online on Zoom, perhaps do it with a friend. I would highly recommend you read it, but also, of course, you could give it to others as well. Okay, thank you. Bye.